Physics is all around us. Everywhere we look, we find physics at play. Today, we will explore the physics behind some everyday events and put to test some practices to see if these are good practices at all. To start off, let us imagine a rainy day and you are walking to school with an umbrella over your head. Have you ever wondered why trousers get splattered with dots of mud and dirt on the back on wet days? To understand that, we need to pay attention to the very way we walk. Every time we lift our leg that has fallen behind, it bends at the knee and turns upwards in an arc. This causes the water stuck to the sole to be thrown up in droplets due to the fictitious centrifugal force. When the water droplets fall back, they fall on the leg, which is now falling behind as the body moves forward. So, if you want to keep your clothes clean, you must get conscious of the way you lift your leg from the ground so that no water gets thrown up. Try discovering that. It would be fun. Let's look at another example of physics around us. This is a common practice among people living in the hills, and it is something passed down from parents to children. Here it is. In the hills, while walking down slippery hill slopes, parents always tell children to press their toes hard onto the sole of their shoe. Why is that? The answer to that lies in the chapter on friction. Let us have a quick look at that. We know that other factors remaining the same, friction depends on the normal reaction. The larger is the normal reaction, the larger is the force of friction between the same two surfaces. In this graphic, you can see a wooden block placed on a table, which has just begun to move when a force of 200 gram force pulls it. The normal reaction R provided by the table is the reaction to the weight of the block mg acting on the table. But now, if I load another block of the same mass on top of the first one, then we find that the force required to just make the two blocks slide over the table is double the earlier amount. We now require a weight of 400 gram force. This is because the normal reaction has also doubled. This means that the force of friction between two surfaces depends directly on the normal reaction, every other factor remaining the same. Coming back to why parents tell children to press their toes hard on the sole of the shoe, you might see the logic now. When the toes are pressed gently, the normal reaction is small, and so the force of friction. And when the toes are pressed hard onto the sole, the normal reaction is large, and so the force of friction is also large. This prevents slipping and makes walking down a slope safer. Let us take one more everyday example of physics around us. Did you know that often leaves die if plants are watered in bright sunshine? Sounds strange, right? But it is true. Let us analyze. When plants are watered, some water drops may remain seated on the surface of leaves. These drops have a convex shape and act just like magnifying glasses. All of us have played with magnifying glasses, which are nothing but convex lenses. Sunlight is focused onto a point after passing through the lens. Well, actually, not only the light, but also the infrared rays, which are invisible to us. Infrared rays transfer heat. So, a lot of the heat also gets concentrated into a tiny area, thus making the spot very hot. This causes the spots of the leaves, where water drops are collected, to burn up. If there are many such drops on the surface of the leaf, then the leaf gets severely damaged and dies. That is why it is a good practice to water your plants early morning or late evening.